Welcome to Redeeming Thunder. My name is Erica. I had a prophetic vision given to me on 6/22/2024, and it was some Rema word, and it was also vision. Okay, so the first couple words were jealousy and rage. The prophetic word given was Kosi Makka, Shee Pacach, which means exclamation, Sheol, Passover. So the angel of death is going to pass over, and it's exclamation. So it's a warning. It's urgent that we need to repent and change our ways. And he's talking to specific people. Okay, and then I saw a mug, a big mug that was the color dull sage green, and or teal green, and then it had a dragon like circled around, like part of the, like a mini sculpture on the mug, and it was a dragon, like a water dragon, which I realized it was Leviathan spirit, which is spirit of pride, stubbornness, egotistic, self-centered, selfish, arrogant, someone that holds bitterness, stuff like that. Okay, so these are attributes of that spirit. And so I knew that he was talking about how the ones that are in severe critical standing are those that, because he stated this, it is not for those who on occasion have mishaps, okay, of those characteristics. It is for those who have made it their personality to now, it's like built in their DNA. And then he stated, my flock have my DNA. And then I saw what looked like red little bubbles. And then I saw like some pinkish peach like fluid and some other layers. And I realized I was looking in a petri dish, and microscopic level, and I saw all these like red blood cells, and I realized he was talking about the DNA. And he's stating there's certain people that have anger, rage, and are very prideful, very stubborn, and it has become such a habit that it's become their personality. They're walking daily with that ugly attitude of hating and enraged, and the whole world owes them kind of an attitude. Okay, he's talking about those people are at risk, and that the angel of death is out and about, and it's about to strike. And so then he gave a prophetic word, Kosi Makka, and Kosi means in Hebrew, my cup overfloweth, and Makka means to strike, to beat, and also means plague. So it's talking about the cup is full of this. And so it gives a verse connected to that word Makka. Proverbs 24:17, do not rejoice at the fall of your enemies. And why does it say that? Because the fall is coming very, very soon. And that's why I've been feeling my heart heavy. Like I almost feel something in the pit of my stomach. I feel dread for many people. That I feel it coming very soon. And of course it's going to come as a surprise. Don't think, well, it hasn't hit me yet, so I'm good, just evaluate yourself, repent. But when it says repent, literally don't do those things ever again. Don't choose to live that way, that of life. If you know someone that is truly struggling with this horrible attitude, that is lacking compassion and humanity, those are the exact people that are at risk. And it's becoming severely scary for them. And I think those are the ones that are not scared at all. They're like, whatever, it hits, it hits. I don't think you know the severity of the hits. That means that all 10 are going to hit. All 10 plagues are going to hit. And so, when I was researching the cup, it was talking about the Passover Sedar Haggadah holiday. There's like kind of like a ritual that Jewish people do on Passover Sedar holiday, and they serve 4 cups of wine, and they read out of a book, and they go over the book of Exodus, okay, and they're like living, like they even sometimes dress with and like some kind of tunic, and then you don't wear shoes that day, you just wear sandals, and you can have a staff, and then you get your cedar plate all ready, and you have a nice dinner, and you rush and eat that lamb, and you make your unleavened bread, and we have done it twice now, since we learned that Yahushua wants us to observe his holidays. So anyways, you read a lot of verses, and then there's songs that are like tradition. And with the wine glasses, on the second wine glass speaks about the Passover plagues. Okay, so it's a decrease of joy. So when they drink wine, it has to talk. When wine is spoken about in the Bible, it's basically saying a life of abundance and joy. So wine stands for joy. But during this time, it's stating one cannot be in full joy, because while the Israelites were escaping Egypt, or they were hit with the plagues, not the Israelites, but the Egyptians, one must not celebrate and be in joy in other people's demise. So it was a bittersweet situation, because you could see Yahuwah's manifest his miracles, but at the same time, and relieving them, delivering them from their enemies, but at the same time, they're suffering great plagues. So it's like feeling this pit of your stomach, like pain for them. So what one would do when doing this ritual on this day is pour, before you drink the cup, you pour a little bit out. Okay, I have a little bit of lipstick on my hand. Okay, you pour a little bit out, drizzle a little bit out, a droplet. So what's kind of stating is, I cannot enjoy this entire cup of wine, because I'm also going to represent that I'm losing some part of my joy in this time when celebrating this holiday, because I'm remembering of how they suffered and how they were in pain and torment. So that's what I got out of it. So they had to pour out 4 times, spilling a droplet of wine, because one would obviously want to drink the entire cup of wine, and that would be very you're not suffering at all. If you got to enjoy all of it, like let's say it's a dessert, you got to enjoy the entire thing. Imagine having to not eat the whole thing. That's what it's trying to state. Like you're suffering a bit You're suffering a little bit so that you can remember not to be in full blown joy, because that is being compassionate, showing humanity, showing being humble, and um not even a gloating, I guess what it's trying to say. So that is the prophetic warning. It's severe plagues, like all of them. Just think of all of them. Remember the frogs, remember the fleas, remember the lice, remember the famine. They didn't have any, all the livestock got sick. They didn't have any clean water. Death of the firstborn, all of them. So there's going to be like a lot of plagues and wrath and striking those who continue and persist in their spirit of Pharaoh. But more so, Yahuah gave me clues of specific personalities. Okay? And thus he specifically said rage. He specifically said jealousy. And he specifically said, like showing me the the dragon, which is pride. You're too prideful to you know what Yahuah hates the most is that you feel, I'm too prideful to apologize and humble myself. I'll just wait until I get up there. You know how ugly that looks? That's why Judas had that demise. Because compared to Peter, one day of mess up compared to a continuous personality defect. Okay, that's what he's trying to say. You have to choose and not let your attitude choose for you. Like I heard someone say, that's just how I am. Don't say that, because that means you already want to give up and you don't want to try to change. You don't even want to. You're rejecting Yahuwah's grace that he poured upon everyone that has the same opportunity, and you don't even want to ask for forgiveness because you're like, I don't need it. I'll just get that wrath and go to hell and deal with that. What kind of person are you? That's exactly the people that are going to get it. The ones that have the DNA of not of him. They have more of the DNA of Satan. Don't be too prideful to not receive his grace and his forgiveness. Your forgiveness is for everyone. And try to change. I mean, ask Yahusha to help you change. You don't have to be grumpy all the time. You know how you stop being grumpy? You're too busy being thankful. You're too busy. Having self-control. Like, I can't have self-control. It's just the way I am. I have to cuss. I have to get mad, so that, because then it won't change if I don't. Have you ever thought that maybe that was your test? That was your test in that moment. You don't have to explode every single time. You don't have to be jealous of others. And it has a lot to do with being secure. Is to not be jealous. And it's really harsh wrath. I don't even know how to explain the level of warning is that I keep getting Shee Pacach. I'm getting it daily now for the past 2 weeks. It's literally around the corner. I'm kind of glad I don't even know the date. I'd probably be really stressed out for all these other people. It's like, I need you guys to wake up and repent if you need to. Don't let those attributes be your daily habit. And I want to recall that when Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed, that city, those cities, it wasn't just because of the fallen angels laying with the women and the women giving birth to their offspring. Okay? I know it sounds like that. It wasn't just because of the sexual immorality. What really pushed Yahushua over the edge with anger and to destroy that city was the lack of humanity and the lack of kindness to the poor and the needy and the sick. It was the lack of humanity. It was the lack of compassion. It was the lack of love towards your neighbor. It was the lack of forgiveness. It was the lack of self-control. It was selfishness and pridefulness. Okay, those were the reasons why he destroyed that city. So, but you're like, why would Yahushua do this? Don't even think about the rapture yet. Oh, I just have to worry about the rapture if I go or not. No, it's before the rapture. The angel of death is roaming. That's part of one of the plagues. It's like now. It's started as of like last April, 2023. It's already been out. So just make sure. It doesn't hurt to make sure and be humble. Don't be like, I'll just wait till I get to heaven and on Judgment Day, then I'll see. No, don't do that. Live an abundant life here now. You can live heaven on earth now. Because the plagues are coming, if not already here. And whatever was strife now, whatever has been strife, does not even compare to enduring many all at once. And it's to those specific people, again, with not the DNA is built in already of rage, jealousy, and pridefulness. And that's all I have for you. I hope this was edifying, and you can humble yourself and just self-reflection and just, if you can't change by yourself, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to ask him to help you change. And you know how you get rid of pridefulness? You know what the clue that he gave me? It was loving kindness. It was not a whole deliverance, of casting out demons out of somebody. It was not even that either. He said literally it was loving kindness. Just show some compassion and righteousness in this hour is pivotal. It's pivotal, like emergency. I hope you guys have a nice night, and I'll see you on the next one.